If you are waking up two, three, or even four times every single night to use the bathroom, stop scrolling for just the next 20 minutes because what I am about to share with you is completely different from what your doctor has told you, and it is definitely not what you have read online. Most people over 50 assume the solution is simple: just drink less water in the evening. I am going to show you why that advice is not only wrong, but might actually be making your nighttime trips to the bathroom even worse. My name is Dr. William Lee. I am a urologist, and for years I have sat across from patients in my clinic experiencing the exact same struggle: exhausted, frustrated, afraid to travel, afraid to sit through a whole movie, and worried to even take a quick nap on the couch without fearing they won't make it in time. But here is the real truth. There is a specific way to drink water, a precise timing, a rhythm, and a proven method that can dramatically cut down those nighttime bathroom visits. In some cases, reducing them from four times a night straight down to zero. I am going to walk you through this exact method step by step in this video. Make sure to stay with me until the very end because rule number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it is often the actual hidden reason why people over 50 keep waking up at 2 a.m. even after trying everything else. Let's dive right in. Before we begin, let me briefly explain why this is so important, especially once you pass 50. Waking up to urinate at night, medically known as nocturia, is far more than just an annoying inconvenience. It is actually one of the leading causes behind poor sleep, daytime fatigue, and dangerous middle of the night falls among seniors. Broken hips and severe fractures from stumbling in the dark are unfortunately something I treat far too often in my practice. So, this is not just about staying comfortable, this is about protecting your safety, your energy levels, your independence, and your overall quality of life. The great news is that in most cases, this issue can be fixed, not with expensive prescription drugs or fancy supplements, but with something as simple and completely free as changing how and when you drink water. So let's break down why this happens in the first place, because understanding the root cause is what makes the solution truly work. Before we unpack why this happens after 50, let me welcome you to the channel. Welcome to Health Protection, where we provide simple, evidence-based health insights to help adults over 60 live healthier, longer lives. Before we jump in, I would love to know two quick things from you. Please share your age and where you are watching from down in the comments below. I read as many comments as possible because it helps me understand who I am reaching and which health topics matter most to you. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our weekly health tips. Now let's get into the details. Here is something most people never realize. As we get older, our bodies undergo 3 specific changes that directly impact nighttime urination. Once you understand these 3 shifts, the solution I am about to share will make total sense. First, your bladder capacity naturally changes. Your bladder is a muscle, and just like any muscle in your body, it can lose elasticity over time. That means it simply holds less volume than it used to, causing it to send urge signals much sooner, even when it isn't fully filled. Second, your body's fluid rhythm naturally shifts. When you were younger, your body was great at retaining fluid during the day and releasing it while you were awake. As we age, that internal clock can reverse, causing more fluid to be processed and released at night rather than during the day. This condition is called nocturnal polyuria, and it is one of the most common and easily fixable causes of waking up at night. Third, your daytime habits inevitably catch up with you at night. That morning coffee, your afternoon tea, a glass of wine with dinner, or salty food at lunch all alter how your kidneys process fluid hours later, right around the time you are trying to sleep. Now, here's the crucial point. Most people try to fix this issue by simply drinking less water in the evening, and I completely understand the reasoning. Less water going in means less need to go, right? Except that is not how human biology actually works, and this is where most adults over 50 make a huge mistake. Let me bust this myth right now, because it is by far the most frequent error I see patients make. Mistake number 1, drastically cutting your water intake at night. When you drink too little fluid overall, your urine becomes highly concentrated. Concentrated urine is actually much more irritating to the bladder lining. That irritation triggers false alarms, making you feel like you need to go even if your bladder is barely full. So aggressively cutting water can backfire and force you to wake up even more frequently. Mistake number two, skipping water throughout the day and trying to catch up in the night, evening. This happens constantly with seniors who get busy, forget to stay hydrated during the day, and suddenly realize at 6 p.m. that they have hardly had anything to drink. So they down a huge glass of water right before bed. That is almost guaranteed to wake you up at midnight. Mistake number three, ignoring hidden fluids and sodium. Things like soups, juicy fruits, ice cream, or even that harmless pasta sauce contain hidden water and salt. Sodium pulls fluids straight into your bloodstream, and your kidneys eventually have to process it all. If you eat a high sodium dinner, guess when your body processes that extra fluid? Right in the middle of the night. Mistake number four, and this is the absolute biggest one, ignoring timing over quantity. Most people focus entirely on how much water they drink, but almost nobody thinks about when they drink it. Shifting your mindset from how much to when is the exact foundation of the strategy I am teaching you today. So now that you know what errors to avoid, let's talk about what you should actually do instead. I have broken this down into 5 straightforward rules. Please pay close attention to these because together they create a complete daily rhythm rather than just random advice. Rule number 1, front load your hydration. Aim to drink the vast majority of your daily water, roughly 70 to 80%, between the moment you wake up and around 4 or 5 p.m. Why this specific time frame? Because your body requires several hours to process fluid and move it completely through your system before bedtime. When you are fully hydrated by late afternoon, your body isn't struggling to catch up at night, nor is it holding on to excess fluid that gets released as soon as you lie down. A simple way to stick to this is keeping a water bottle or glass on your kitchen counter, refilling it after your morning coffee, again at lunch, and once more in the mid-afternoon. By dinner, you should feel totally hydrated without needing to guzzle water. Rule number 2, follow the 2-hour wind down window. Starting roughly 2 hours before bed, begin gradually tapering off your fluid intake. This does not mean completely stopping. Taking a few small sips is perfectly fine, especially if you feel thirsty or need to take evening medication. However, this is definitely not the time to drink a full glass of water, a large cup of tea, or a bowl of soup. Think of it as gently turning down the faucet rather than slamming it shut. Your body adapts much better to gradual adjustments than sudden stops. Rule number 3, watch out for hidden diuretics. Caffeine and alcohol are strong diuretics, meaning they force your body to flush out more fluid than you actually consume. That effect lingers for hours. An afternoon cup of tea or coffee can easily keep your kidneys overactive late into the evening. And that evening glass of wine, as relaxing as it feels, is one of the most overlooked triggers for a 2 a.m. bathroom run. My recommendation is to enjoy your final caffeinated beverage by early afternoon at the latest. If you enjoy an evening drink, try having it earlier or reducing it to a couple of nights a week to see how your body responds. Rule number 4, the key step almost everyone skips, sodium timing. Remember how I mentioned staying until the end? This is why. People often consider water and caffeine, but almost nobody considers when they consume sodium. Eating salty foods forces your body to hold on to extra fluid to balance out the blood, and it flushes that excess out hours later while you sleep. Here is the easy fix. Make your dinner the lightest meal of the day when it comes to salt. Save your saltier foods for lunch, giving your body plenty of daylight hours and physical movement to process the sodium properly. Switching to a lighter, lower sodium dinner is one of the most underrated strategies for cutting down nighttime bathroom trips, yet hardly anyone talks about it. Rule number 5, elevate and empty before bed. 2 simple habits can make a massive difference right before you sleep. First, in the hour or 2 leading up to bedtime, if you suffer from ankle or leg swelling, sit back with your legs elevated for 15 to 20 minutes. This allows your circulatory system to reabsorb and process pooled fluid before you lie flat, preventing your kidneys from processing it all while you sleep, a major hidden cause of nighttime urination for anyone with circulation issues. Second, and this sounds basic but is crucial, completely empty your bladder right before climbing into bed, taking your time while doing so. Hurrying can leave residual urine behind, significantly shortening the time before your bladder alerts you again. If you are still watching, you are clearly serious about taking control of your health. Most viewers watch these videos without subscribing and end up missing valuable health advice that could make a genuine difference in their lives. If you are finding this helpful, take a quick second to hit subscribe. It is totally free and ensures you stay informed. Now, let's put it all into practice. Let me show you what an ideal daily routine looks like so you can easily apply it. In the morning, drink a glass of water before your coffee. This builds your foundation as most people wake up mildly dehydrated, and starting here sets a healthy tone for your day. From mid-morning to early afternoon, enter your primary hydration phase. Sip continuously, water, herbal tea, or whatever you prefer, aiming to complete the majority of your fluid intake by mid-afternoon. At lunch, if you want a saltier meal, this is the ideal time to have it rather than dinner. In the late afternoon, enjoy your last caffeinated drink if you have one. At dinner, keep your sodium low by using less soup, lighter sauces, and flavor alternatives like lemon juice or fresh herbs instead of extra salt. 2 hours before bed, taper off your fluids, taking only tiny sips if necessary. Right before sleep, elevate your legs if you have swelling, then take your time fully emptying your bladder before lying down. This strategy is not about achieving perfection. It is about building a consistent rhythm. Applying even 3 or 4 of these rules regularly can produce noticeable improvements within just 1 to 2 weeks. I also want to be completely honest with you. For some individuals, frequent nighttime urination goes beyond simple fluid habits. It can be linked to underlying factors like specific medications, blood sugar levels, prostate changes in men, or pelvic floor shifts in women. If you consistently adjust your hydration habits for a few weeks and still find yourself waking up multiple times each night, bring it up with your doctor. Not because you should panic, but because there might be another piece to your health puzzle, and you deserve clear answers rather than guessing. Let's summarize everything so you can leave this video ready to take action tonight. Here is your 5-rule checklist once more. First, front load your water intake earlier in the day. Second, gently taper fluids during the 2 hours before bed. Third, monitor the timing of caffeine and alcohol. Fourth, shift heavier sodium intake to lunchtime. Fifth, elevate your legs and fully empty your bladder before sleep. I know how frustrating it is to dread going to sleep because you know you will be woken up repeatedly throughout the night. That constant interruption takes a massive toll on you physically and mentally. You deserve a full, restful night of uninterrupted sleep starting tonight. Imagine waking up feeling energized and fully refreshed without constant nighttime interruptions. That is precisely what this system achieves. So here is my challenge for you. Commit to this method for just 7 days. Don't worry about being perfect. Just aim for consistency. I would love to hear about your progress. So return to the comments and let me know how many times you were waking up before starting and how that number dropped by the end of the week. I read every single comment and look forward to celebrating your success. If this video brought you value, please hit the subscribe button because next week I am sharing the second biggest cause of sleep disruption after 50. And trust me, it is something you likely haven't thought of. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Take good care of yourself, and here's to getting your best night of sleep yet. I will see you in the next video.